I should start off by noting that my photographer and I went into the park a couple minutes ago, and I was actually assaulted, basically, for lack of a better word, by one of the people in there who threatened to actually stab me. Didn't like the fact that we were there, grabbed the mic out of my hand when I asked him to give it back to me. He refused, and then threatened to stab me in the throat with a pen. This is, unfortunately, an incident that I haven't come across since I've been covering this for 6 weeks, and as one of the organizers or one of the media representatives told me, please don't characterize this person as representative of the overall group. But it's part of an element that police are concerned about. Homeless and other folks, not necessarily violent, but there certainly have been assault cases that we've talked about this week, and other cases that have raised concerns among police and city officials here at Zuccotti Park. Having said that, and I did inform the police about this, and of course we'll discuss that a little bit later. Having said that, though, this morning is the coldest morning that we've encountered so far in the 6 weeks that this has been going on here in Lower Manhattan. You can see there are a lot of tents, tarps, people actually in sleeping bags camped out just here on the sidewalk or above the sidewalk. And the reason we went into the park was to discuss the cold weather and what they're doing to gear up as the weather really takes a turn for the worse this weekend. Of course, we're talking about the rain, sleet, possibly even a dusting of snow here in the city, as Mike has been talking about. The organizers have donations, they have clothing, they have jackets, of course. There's tents, but some of the donations they're getting really are not rated for extremely cold weather, 35 degrees and below. Presumably some of these folks have brought their own gear and have winter gear. And we also noticed that their media tent, which we stopped by, they have a generator, so they have electricity. I'm not sure about heat. They say they're staying here indefinitely. They're not going anywhere. But, of course, there's all the other aspects in terms of the marches, the cost of policing some of the marches and protests. At this point, the NYPD is reporting about $3.5 million in overtime costs. Of course, we've seen officers out here the whole time. And we spoke with Peter Vallone Jr., who's chair of the Public Safety Committee, City Council's Public Safety Committee, about that. And he said that's obviously an issue that the NYPD and that the City Council will have to deal with. You mentioned the union that represents the Sergeants Benevolent Association, has also raised concerns and basically put the protesters on notice that it will sue. It will take these protesters to court if any of its members are assaulted. So that's another recent item that's come up. But again, Rosanna and Greg, it is very cold this morning, the coldest morning so far here at Zuccotti Park. So it's going to get even colder this weekend, as we've been hearing. For now, that's the latest from here. Greg, Rosanna, back to you.
John, you got a good look at the guy. You told the police, and they're on it?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. Obviously I'm a little upset about it. It happened very quickly. And here's the thing, Greg and Rosanna, the last few weeks that we've been here, being in the park, the folks that I've dealt with have been accommodating. They've been very courteous. So this is really the first experience where I've dealt with somebody who actually physically assaulted me in that regard. But I don't think it's representative of the majority of folks that are here, to be fair. But certainly there's an element that's here, and this is something the NYPD has raised concerns about, that we've seen, and that element that has caused problems. But overall, it has been peaceful here in the park.
John, we're sorry that happened. We're glad you're okay, and we'll check back with you in a little bit, okay?